Did Labour break their promise to not increase taxes on? I know, just
they already
I just wanted you guys to both
They already
say
had on the employer's NI point.
They have.
They 100%.
But on that, I'm actually really surprised this is even a debate, honestly. I think the problem I have with this big picture with this reform is that there's no good underlying justification for kind of what the government's trying to do.
A freeze sounds better than a tax rise to people who don't understand tax. Why is this allowed to be framed that way?
Inflation is a tricky thing here. So what happens, think about the personal allowance. That's the point at which you start paying any income tax. And what would happen in a normal world is that you set the personal allowance, which is currently £12,000 and something, £500-ish. And then inflation happens. And when inflation happens, that gets less valuable. So you move up in line with inflation each year. So if your wages rise just with inflation, nothing happens to your tax bill. You just move up. The freeze means that you stick with it in cash terms. So the personal allowance has been £12,500 for a few years and will continue to be £12,500 for more years. So as incomes go up with inflation, so not because you've got smarter at your job or because you've worked harder, just because of inflation, more and more people get dragged into paying income tax. More of their income is subject to income tax. And the same thing happens with the higher rate threshold. That's frozen. So more people are dragged over that threshold, not because you've had progression and you've got, that might be happening too, but just because money in some is less valuable. Inflation means that £1 today is not worth the same as £1 tomorrow. So that's kind of what fiscal drag is. I think given the structure we have, calling it a freeze is fine, and that's what it is. You're freezing in nominal terms the structure of the tax system. It's like freezing it in time, in history. You have a historic tax system, but money is worth a different amount in future. But it's clearly a tax rise.
People misunderstand tax bands anyway and how tax is treated. And you see that people believe that all of their income will be taxed at 20%. So you'll create incentives not to save so that they can be well under the line. And it's just like the wrong behaviours.